Welcome back. So let us just quickly go through today's lecture. We are looking at the procure to payment. Just put it over here. Procure to payment or procurement to payment. All right. This is basically cash going out from the company. All right, cash, the outflow. This is what do we say? If money coming in, we have different thoughts or different control. If money going out, your pocket should be very tight, right? The pocket. But basically, alright, let us get to this guy over here. So he owning this business. So what happened if certain stock is out of stock? So he noticed that it's out of stock, and what you have to do is you have to go and purchase from the supplier. And it is as simple as that, just went into the shop, get from the supplier, and then pay the supplier the cash. Then it's all done, right? It's all finished. But in big business, we'll have certain process procedure, because the problem is, what is the problem over here is you are not the only one, right? It means there are a lot of people inside the company, and there's a lot of things going around. In a big company, you will have to segregate your job. You have to what they say, you have to give your job, right? What they call this, giving the job. You have to task, alright. You have to let me just pause. Alright, over here I got it. You have to assign, right? You have to assign your task to some other person. You assign the role of procurement to maybe the purchase manager. Then purchase manager will assign the role to certain accountants to check whether the supplier is good or not. There's a lot of things that happen in a company, right? So it looks simple in the face value, all right? When you look at the things from a very surface, it looks simple. It look like you just go in and you just buy and you just pay the money and finish up the process. But in reality, you have a lot of people doing a lot of things, and they just have to have some certain what they call standardized, right? Standardized standardized process. And this is what we are looking at. All right, we want to make sure that you purchase this one and you give it to the customer, the cash and payment and everything are in order. And in doing so, right, over here we have different stages. All right, different stages of stages, or what I say, activities that we can see inside process over here. Let me just go back again to the text so that we are in the same kind of pace. All right, of course, first we'll start off with the PR, purchase requisition. This guy over here, you have someone you raise the purchase requisition. They will wait for approval. You want to request. All right, the keyword here is request. All right, you want to request to purchase something. And interestingly, all right, I forgot to highlight to you, cash inflow is quite clear, right? Cash inflow, this order to cash is usually we deal with the customer cash inflow. But this one, purchase to procure to payment or purchase to payment, it can be on supplier on goods. It can be on other expenses as well for company used. All right, so it can be on these goods, then it might be on maybe I want a stationery, then you can go and request. All right, you go and request for the stationery. All right, purchase other than the goods are also, it also falls inside this procure to payment. So always start with purchase requisition. You request what you want, then you will go into the supplier selection. All right, so let's stick with this one. You want to purchase this item, and then you will raise a purchase requisition, and then you will send to the purchase department. All right, then they will go and select. They simply select the supplier. All right, then only they will raise the purchase order to be sent to the supplier. All right, once you select the supplier, send the purchase order to the supplier, and the supplier receive the purchase order then the supplier will deliver the goods to you. Okay, then once the customer deliver the goods to you, you will receive the goods over here. Okay, over here let me just put it in black. All right, when I talk about the system. All right, process flow is the one thing, and then the system, how the system record the transactions is another thing. Certain system will have the purchase requisition, certain system will not have. So basically they will start with this purchase requisition form, then they will have the purchase order. What happened over here is you generate them. All right, you generate the purchase order in your system. You enter them the transaction, key in the transaction, then they will generate the form, and then you might be receiving the sales order from the supplier, right? But in your own system over here, supplier might be giving to you the sales order. All right, but in your own system you will be generating the purchase order form, and then so do the receiving over here. The customer might be giving to you a delivery order note, but for your own record in your own system what you do is you will generate a goods receive note, GRN. All right, goods receive note into your system, and then with this your system is updated, then you inspect them, then you will go down to the invoice. Then over here is the supplier will issue you the invoice Let me just go down here. For them, it might be sales invoice, but in your system, you will generate a purchase invoice. All right, your system, you will generate a purchase invoice. For them, it might be just a normal invoice over here like this. Again, your system, right? Your system, you will generate the invoice. Then after that, you will do the payment over here, right? Payment. And over here again, that's the features of knock off between the payment with the purchase invoice. This is again to keep track of your system. All right, this is the flow. All right, we look into the control and the risk and control later on, but I just want you to have a clear idea of how the sequence work versus this one. All right, why we start with purchase requisition? Because we need to request first, right? And then we go to select the supplier, and then we send the purchase order depending on how it works. All right, basically there's the purchase order being raised, then you receive the goods, then you receive the invoice, then you do the payment. That should be a simple flow of the process over there. Okay. Now we have the second keyword.